Well, hello and welcome everybody to episode 88 of Late Arrivals.
The Jamie McGinn episode.
Jamie McGinn.
He
Man,
was a
Good
good Duck
times.
for that half a season in, was it 2016?
yeah,
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he wasn't too
Who'd
bad.
they trade him for? It was Buffalo, right?
Was it Buffalo or
he was
Yeah.
in Buff. I thought he was in Arizona.
No, he went to Arizona after the Ducks. Let's see.
did we get him from Buffalo
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
in 2016?
Let's see. We will pull up ye old cat friendly here.
Yeah, he was traded to the Ducks from Buffalo for a conditional third round pick.
Oh, okay.
But he started his career in San Jose. Then he went to Colorado, Buffalo, Anaheim, Arizona, and the Panthers.
He played around a lot.
And now we have his little brother, Brock. I think, I think Brock is his brother.
Yeah, they're
I might have
related.
just made that up.
No, they're related.
Look at
Yeah.
me knowing something.
Look at you, Lou.
Look at me.
Ratting a lot, rattling off stuff. Look at you.
Look at me.
But yeah, episode 88. A great number. Great hockey number. One of my favorite hockey numbers. We're recording on a Tuesday night, by the way. This is weird. It's been a long
been a
time.
while.
I
Throwback.
think when we started, it was Tuesdays, right?
Yeah, when we
first
started, it was Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And then last season, I think we
So-
switched it to Thursdays.
Yeah. We don't have an official day. We kind of just roll with what happens.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible to have an official day during the season, you know?
Yeah,
And then
because of
we
the
of the
feel
schedule.
Ducks.
like we don't want to record on a day that they're playing.
And
Also want to record
especially like
before or after they play, unless
Yeah.
it's like a good chunk of games.
especially if
It's-
Lou, like if it's a home game, because Lou would be there, so it'd be hard. We wouldn't be able to do it, obviously. So
Yeah. It's easier to do when they're on the East Coast
yeah.
because it starts at like 4 o'clock our time.
But yeah, Tuesday night. What a night this is. Rangers Panthers. In overtime right now. 2-2.
Cats better freaking stop being bozos.
Let's see if the cats start to throw rats. We'll see if we see rats tonight. I don't know.
I mean,
I hope so.
Some lucky fan got Kachuk's mouth guard.
Ooh.
Wonder what that smells like.
So
Oh, God.
someone's going home with a nice lightly used mouth guard.
Don't they make
Delicious.
like flavored mouth guards now?
They do.
Yeah,
we sell
do.
some that are Sour Patch and Warhead flavored.
Sick.
Fascinating.
All right.
The more you know.
The more you know.
Well, Lou said, he hopes that the Panthers aren't bozos tonight and they actually win a game, but
They just won, actually. Sorry.
Oh.
They just won.
Are
They
you
were on the
serious?
power play. Yeah, they were on the power play and they just scored.
Let's go.
Game over. Series tied 2-2.
Let's go.
That's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. So we're officially getting at least 6 games in the Eastern Conference Final. That's pretty sick.
We're
Oh,
getting
I
at
mean-
least a game 6. Let's go.
that ruined my transition. I was gonna say, well, they're gonna be bozos. At least we can say that, our goalie wasn't a bozo.
Good job, Sam Arnhart. You're not a bozo. Especially if you come to Anaheim in the summer. You're not a bozo.
Do not listen to this episode if and when you are on your way to Newport Beach.
Yeah.
He's the free agent, right? Or am I thinking of someone else?
Yeah, Reinhardt's a UFA.
I thought so.
Sure is.
But our man, the Dost Wall, leads Czechia to a gold medal at home in front of the home fans.
Radko Gudas choked the man.
He choked Brady Tkachuk.
Brady Tkachuk.
The picture was hilarious.
Yeah.
Just
Did
the
he actually
video
choke
just,
him, or did he just put his?
he just
like-
skated behind him and started
Yeah, he
pulling his head back.
Put him in like a nice little headlock there, and yeah, Brady Tkachuk kind of looked like he was drowning. Those little kids that are like about to go under, or that meme of that kid.
Oh
That's
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
drowning. So that's what Brady Kachuk looked like.
First
So-
he gets
Kind
bit,
of funny.
now he gets choked. Kinky.
But yeah, awesome for Czechia to win gold, especially when you're the host nation. So that's really cool. Dostal was outstanding the whole
goalie.
tournament.
Yeah, the goalie of the tournament.
Yeah, he won goalie of the
Who
tournament.
won player of the tournament?
Fiala.
Fiala.
Oh yeah. I told you guys in the group chat, but I learned that he was Swiss. I thought he was Swedish this entire time.
Oh, yeah, Swiss. So Czechia beat Switzerland, so Switzerland gets silver. Sweden got bronze because they beat Canada in the bronze medal game. So
How did
Canada did
Canada-
not medal.
How did Canada not medal?
I don't know, but it's pretty great. But
They had like a
Yeah.
really good team. I feel
they
like
did, yeah. But can't really talk too much because the U.S. also didn't medal, and they didn't even make it to they didn't even play for a medal. Like they
I
weren't.
couldn't watch any of the games because I don't have NHL Network anymore. So
Yeah, I have a. You can watch the games that don't involve the U.S.
yeah,
and
on
Canada.
ESPN Plus, but you can't watch
Yeah,
America. That's so
can't watch
dumb.
America.
Can't watch America. That's so dumb.
This
Yeah,
is the future the liberals want.
Yep. I have a link
Thanks.
to watch, so when I have the opportunity, if I'm available, I was able to watch some, so that's cool. But yeah, the U.S. was very disappointing, very disappointing. I will say,
Did
I was
Trevor
going to talk
Zegras
about.
score?
He had
He had like 2 or 3 points the whole tournament.
Yeah, he
I
had
thought
3
he
points,
struggled a
I
little
think.
bit.
Yeah,
I know he's
but
in
he was also
France
on
right
the,
now.
Yeah, he was also on the third line. I know a lot of people were kind of complaining at how he was used in that
Who was
tournament.
his line mates?
Jesus.
It was
I
some
can't.
dudes for sure. Because I saw
Definitely
a
some
lot of
guys.
complaining about, he was kind of getting the Dallas Aikens treatment of just like, okay, well, the top 2 lines are great, but we're gonna put you on the third line and you're gonna just play with some dudes.
Did he center the line or was he a wing?
Nah, he was the right wing.
The right
He
wing?
was, yeah, he was.
Has he ever played right wing?
I don't know,
'Cause
honestly.
I know he's played left wing with the Ducks, but
So he was with Kevin Hayes and Joel Farabee.
I mean, not bad players, but I mean,
that's not
compared
bad,
to the
but
rest
that's
of the
not
lineup where
great.
he probably could have played with Caulfield and
Yeah,
Could play
some other
Cole
players.
Caulfield, Brady Kachuk, the man who got choked.
yeah. Caulfield played with Kachuk and Pinto.
Shane Pinto's the guy who got suspended for betting, right?
yes, and then had to
Yep.
come back and wear a Bet 365 sticker on his helmet.
That's fantastic.
Because the
else.
That's fantastic
NHL,
irony. That's fantastic. Well, that's not. It's not an NHL sponsored event, is it?
no, but
no,
the
he-
fact
he-
that it's
yeah.
Ottawa's chosen sponsor for this season, like,
Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about the ads at the USA War because I
Oh
know
no, they
I
usually
know they
just have
wear
that.
like goofy ads on their
Yeah.
uniforms, right?
Yeah, it's mainly like that Skoda brand. It's like a car thing in Europe or something.
What is
But,
that AJ brand? You know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Because like the referees have like a big old AJ
Yeah,
logo.
it's red, right? Like a big AJ. It's red and
It's like
white or something.
it's a red letters and like a yellow triangle, I think.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure, honestly.
I mean, my guess is
Uh,
it's probably like an international sponsor.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say with how the U.S. never medals in the men's worlds. Like I think it's been like they haven't won gold since. I could be remembering this wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read that the U.S. hasn't won gold in the men's worlds in like 92 years. So
Did you say 92 years?
I definitely said 92. Yeah.
Did I'm today years old learning that this tournament's been going on for at least 92 years. I didn't
That's
know
what
this
it, that's what I remember.
I didn't know this tournament was that old.
I could be totally wrong, but that's
Is it
what I
always in
remember reading.
Czechia?
Nah, it's usually all over.
It jumps around country to country.
Like the World
Oh,
Juniors
so
and all that.
has it ever been in America?
I don't
I
know
mean,
if this one
if
has.
it's that old, probably.
Yeah, it's. I'm
Yeah.
sure it has been at some point, but not that I can not in recent memory
Yeah.
that I can remember at least. But I was gonna say, the U.S. I feel like in North America we don't take the men's world seriously, and I mean like on a fan perspective and a team perspective.
Because they're going on when the playoffs are going on. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
nobody cares.
Yeah. It does suck that it goes on the same time as the Stanley Cup playoffs.
But I feel like more Ducks fans had more of an interest this year because
Yeah.
quarter of their
But
team was
like,
there. But
shout out to Cam Robinson here. He's a content director for Elite Prospects. He tweeted this really cool picture in Czechia, like after, I don't know if it was after they won. It looks like it was when they were watching a game. He said he tweeted out some context to just how important the World Championship is to Europeans. Um, he was told by Marek Novotny, who is a Central European scout for Elite Prospects, told him that 76% of Czechia population tuned in to the semifinal match. That was just the
Jeez.
semifinal match. 76%. So the gold medal game, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was almost the entire population just tuning into this gold medal game.
that's crazy.
Businesses closed early, and employees were given the evening off to watch the gold medal game. Like, that's so cool. I just wish, I don't know, I love how Europeans treat sports, especially hockey. Like, I want to be part of that one day. Like, it'd be so cool to go, like, if it was like maybe a year that the Ducks aren't in the playoffs, which have been a lot of years lately. Maybe one of these years it would be cool that maybe us or just me and Jenny or whatever, but if I could go over there and not have to worry about missing the Ducks playoffs and be involved in like the men's worlds and be in there with the fans and like the citizens of the city that it's in and stuff. I just feel like that'd be so much fun. Um,
Well,
I
you
just feel like
got
it'd
a
be
couple more
very
years to do
enjoyable.
that.
Probably, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to
Until
see
the
where the
Ducks are
men's worlds
dead.
are next summer, or not summer, but next year.
Spring.
Yeah.
We're still in spring, right?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
The weather, I tell you what, doesn't feel like spring.
Um,
It's cold today.
Yeah,
It's
it
been
was a
cold.
little gloomy.
A little nippy out.
but back to Dostal. Amazing. Great dude.
Yeah.
He shut the US out and knocked us out of the playoffs in this tournament. And then the gold medal game, he gets another shutout. I think he had 3 total in the tournament. So the dude was just
Jeez.
on fire. And
How'd
not
Radko
only
do?
did he shut out the US, but in the gold medal game, he shut out Switzerland, who was like destroying just about everybody.
Do they have a
Um,
good team?
They had a pretty
in
good
the
team this year.
men's worlds, they were pretty good. They had more NHL like guys than they have ever had, I think.
Who's Swiss? I know Roman Yossi is. Was he there?
Yossi,
Mhm.
Fiala. There are a couple other guys. I don't
Is
remember off
Matt
the top of my head.
Zuccarello Swiss or is he Swedish?
Zuccarello, I think, is Norwegian.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Matt
So
Zuccarello. Yeah, he's
congrats to
Norwegian.
Dostal. Congrats
Dude,
to
he looks like Scott
Dostal
Stapp.
and
Doesn't he look
congrats to
like Scott
Dostal
Stapp?
on gold and Radko Gudas
Man's
as
about to
well.
sing wides with arms wide open. Dude, he looks like Scott Stapp. That's freaking uncanny.
I do want to say for the US side of things, even though they didn't win anything and they were disappointing, Johnny Gaudreau.
The man who willingly went to Ohio.
He now has 29 career IIHF men's world championship assists, and that's an American record, 29 assists in a tournament, in the men's world's tournament.
Who'd he break? Who had the record?
I don't have that information, I'm sorry. But he
Okay.
also broke the second American record in the same night for points with 43. So I'm not sure who was second, but he broke the record for assists, which is now 29. That is now the record to beat, 29 assists in the men's worlds. 43 points is now the point getting thingy you need.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so that's cool. Johnny Hockey doing things.
Good for John.
Good for John. Matt Boldy did really well for the U.S. in this tournament as well, so shout out to him.
He's good.
He's pretty good.
I think Olin Zellweger had like 5 or 6 points in the tournament.
Yeah, he played really well for
stopped
Canada.
that.
I think
he
he was-
stopped that one goal from going into like right on the goal line.
Yeah.
I
he
watched a
played a
total
little
of
goalie.
0 minutes of this tournament, but I heard that he was like the 7th defenseman, so he didn't really get much playing time.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Last thing about the U.S. U.S. hockey, I'll say, is Mike Sullivan was named head coach for USA Hockey for the Four Nations face-off that'll happen in early 2025, and then he's also going to be the U.S. coach for the Olympics in 2026.
That's a great hire.
Yeah, I think that's pretty good.
He's one of the 4 best head coaches, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah. Good for Mike.
Good for Mikey boy. That's all I got for men's worlds, man.
That was an awkward silence.
There was a
Sorry, I was just
it kind of
I
made
was
me
just
uneasy
reading
for a
something that
moment.
came across the timeline.
What happened?
I was just reading something across the timeline. I was. We could have transitioned there, but sometimes the awkwardness just makes
It's all good.
just makes the lap episode.
Yeah, I had to look at my notes to make sure I was done. I'm like, wait, that's all I got. Yeah.
Like, so yeah. All right. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of sucks that we're this far in the playoffs because having to just watch one game a night now.
I don't know.
Sucks.
I kind of like it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, you can pay more attention to it, but I did kind
That
of.
and plus, I don't know. It's kind of overwhelming just to watch multiple games.
I kind of like the flipping back and forth, or like.
And plus,
watching...
it gives me more time to watch the basketball playoffs, which I don't really get to watch for the first couple rounds. So.
Fair.
Well, Lou, fair, but also very selfish, Lou. Very selfish.
Yeah, well, I am what I am. In the words of Popeye, I am what I am.
But yeah, I do kind of miss like the first round, specifically how you have like 4 games a night for a while, and then like they kind of usually they make it work out pretty well where you have you're in the first intermission of one game, and then the second game of the night is starting, so you don't really have to watch too many intermissions, and you can kind of just keep going right back and forth to the games. It's just really nice. I definitely understand how it can get pretty overwhelming because it is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
But it is fun. I do like it, and I do miss it. And you know that the season is about to end, like Jake said, when there's only one game a night.
Yeah, and I do like the scheduling because one night's the Western Conference, and then the next night's the Eastern, and then
and then once the Cup final gets going, we're not even gonna have a game a night. It's gonna be a game every other.
Yeah, the schedule gets weird.
Yeah.
Like the NBA finals, it goes like sometimes like 3 or 4 days between games. It's weird.
Well, if they both end in sweeps in the NBA,
no, the Minnesota won tonight, so.
Oh, they did win tonight?
Yeah, okay. So it's probably going to be a gentleman's sweep though.
Because I heard that the NBA is not going to push the start time up from the finals or something, NBA finals, so it's going to start on June 9th regardless of how this series goes in the West, I guess. So they could go like a good 7-8 days without any games.
It's like, hey, enjoy your week off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but this is probably the most fun NBA playoffs I've had in a while.
Honestly, I haven't watched a ton, but this is definitely I've watched more this year than I have in probably like
Yeah, me
15
too.
years.
Yeah, it just feels more fun.
But that's mainly because my dad is a big Knicks fan, so I was watching some Knicks games with him.
Man, I was rooting for them, but they freaking just got they freaking all
They
just
died.
broke. Yeah, they just
Yeah.
broke. They got ran into
Everyone.
the ground. But what are you gonna do?
I mean, there's not really much else to talk about. I mean, the series have been pretty good. Dallas Edmonton, I feel like is kind of like spicing up a little bit. Like they're kind of going back and forth. It is kind of funny that they've made it this far, but somehow Stuart Skinner's having like one of the worst like runs of like any person in the playoffs. Like,
They started off well last night, but then Dallas is just very, very deep.
yeah.
They're very good defensively too.
Like the weakest spots are probably their fourth line and their third
But
pairing defensive pair.
like even like their bottom lines, like sitting
It's
out
not
there just
bad. It's not bad.
sitting there watching the games, just like fuck, dude, where was this with Sam Steele when he was a Duck?
Right?
Well, I
They're
think
like
he's
breaking
surrounded by
down his
he's insulated with better players, I think, and that's
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, I mean,
But they're like breaking down his
still,
game on TNT, and I'm like, damn, dude.
yeah,
wait, were they?
Yeah.
they're like getting a highlight package ready for Sam Steele, and I'm like, are you kidding? Like his
Yeah.
tenure as a Duck was like, okay, just tune into the game they play in Vancouver, and that's about all you need to know.
Damn,
Yeah.
he's gonna get a freaking TikTok reel of freaking Sam Steele highlights now. Did you guys see
Yeah.
that tweet of like the other day? It was talking about with TikTok now, any NBA player could get like a badass highlight package. And people were just
No.
making like just shitty basketball player highlight packages. It was pretty funny.
I feel like that's been a thing for a while. I mean, there's
Yeah, it probably
Angel
was, but
Hernandez ones going around.
oh yeah, rest in peace, Angel Hernandez, you bozo.
Yeah, for the baseball people out there, I guess he's retiring, correct?
He is about 5 years
In
too
wrestling
late.
terms, he was a freaking heel, dude. Like he was actually a good heel if you're in the wrestling.
Wrestling.
In the wrestling.
Speaking of some playoffs, though, Leon Draisaitl recorded his 100th career point in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Placed his name alongside a couple NHL legends in the process. And that was Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. And Connor McDavid last night, I think, got 100, right?
I
How
think
many
so, yeah.
games have they played in the playoffs?
Draisaitl, when he reached 100, he did it in 60 games.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Wayne
What
Gretzky
about
did it in 46. Lemieux did it in 50.
that's still pretty good.
Very good. Yeah.
What
Phew.
about Connor McDavid? How many games?
I assume probably
64.
similar. Yeah, similar amount.
64. Yeah.
They're very
And
good,
then
but
yeah, so McDavid getting there. He joins, like I said, Lemieux and Gretzky. Gretzky did it in 46, Lemieux 50, Draisaitl 60, McDavid 64, and then Yari Curry did it in 67 games.
Ducks legend.
Ducks legend.
How many
Sick.
seasons did he
And
play for the Mighty Ducks? Like one?
was it one full?
I don't even know if it was a
Uh,
full season. I couldn't
It
tell you.
Jesus.
was a short cup of coffee, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Quick
I know
little.
it did happen.
Oh yeah, yeah. He played with Tamu, and it was like a whole thing because that was like Tamu's idol.
That's cool.
Oh.
Adam Henrique scored last night.
He sure did. It was
It's
a very
it's
nice one.
it's so weird looking at him and he's wearing number 19.
Yeah, it is.
Who's wearing 14 on Edmonton? Is it Elias Ekholm?
Yeah,
Ekholm,
Ekholm has it.
That's a weird defensive number.
14.
14. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a little. It is a little
Little
odd.
funky.
A little bit of the funk. Um.
Sam Carrick doing anything?
He's playing
No.
games, but I feel like him, Perry, and McLeod kind of all get shuffled. Who comes out for a game?
Yeah.
I wonder if
Um,
Corey Perry calls it a career after the season.
why do I feel like he's just never gonna stop playing?
Did the Ducks resign him? Or you don't think so?
I wouldn't hate it. I don't know if
Or you
that's
think it all
Verbeek's
depends
thing.
on what happened with the whole Chicago thing?
Maybe.
The
I don't know.
Samuels might be hesitant.
Maybe. I just don't know if Verbeek is one to do that, but maybe.
Pat doesn't
Possibly.
strike me as the kind of guy that is just like, yeah, I want to do this just so the fans are happy. I do feel
Yeah.
like like as much as we would love it, I would love it.
I think he's
Um,
still a serviceable fourth liner.
oh yeah, I mean that's not the
It's an
problem.
upgrade.
I just don't think going
Oh yeah,
into
he's
the
not gonna do it
mindset.
just to appease the fans, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd hate to say that he would do it for fan service sake, but I mean if he did, that would be cool. I
Yeah.
wouldn't hate it. It's
He's
just
pretty sick.
in a year where he wants everyone to take a step forward, and it sounds like everything's gonna be restructured down there in like the bottom half of the lineup. I would rather just kind of let Pat do his thing.
Yeah.
But hey, if
I'm
he's
on
just
that.
like, hey, I want to come back for my last year and retire as a Duck, like, yeah, sure, why not?
um, but yeah, I brought up the Stars being very good defensively.
They just don't really have a weakness.
Miro Heiskanen
He's so good.
last night he passed Craig Hartsburg. I don't know who that is, but Craig Hartsburg and
Sounds like a made
Sergei
up person.
Zubov. I know Zubov very well. I hated him. Ducks.
Well, he probably hated you
Ducks.
too, Chris.
He probably does. He has no idea who I am, but now that I said his name on a podcast, maybe he'll find it and he'll hate me too. But Mighty Ducks, Dallas Stars, they always had some crazy Stanley Cup playoff battles. And Zubov was just annoying. But anyway,
Didn't they play like multiple games where it went to like at least double overtime?
dude, yeah. And the one game I remember went to like 4 or 5 OTs.
Yeah, it was like the
Um,
fifth
I
longest
remember
playoff game.
watching, yeah, I remember watching that game. Like that was crazy.
Was that
Like
the
can
2003 year?
Yeah.
that was 2003. But yeah, Heiskanen passed Craig Hartsburg and Sergei
That was a
Zubov
good
for the
uniform
most
matchup.
playoff goals ever by a Dallas Stars defenseman with 15. So that's pretty cool. Or 16 now. I think he's 16 because it says that he passed Zubov and Hartsburg, and Zubov and Hartsburg have 15. So per NHL stats, Miro Heiskanen became the 4th defenseman in NHL history to record at least 60 playoff points before the age of 25.
Jeez.
He's very good.
The others were Paul Coffey, Bobby Orr, and Cale Makar.
You mean
Also very good defenseman.
the guy that Cam Fowler's not?
Yeah, that guy.
Dude, I still think about that sometimes, just like the bio
Just
of
so
Cam
out of
Fowler.
pocket.
It's so hilarious.
I
though.
wonder if any other bios are like that.
I don't know, man. If you're bored one day,
That should
you
be
should
our
just
thing
kinda
during the summer. We just take an episode to read the bios and just see how out of
can ask
pocket they
people.
are.
Maybe we can ask people like whose bio on NHL.com we should look at. Give us like a handful. See if we can find a funny one.
Yeah, that sounds like a summer thing, honestly, because we're gonna be bored as shit. And
We'll just read bios and play Puck Doku.
yeah,
Like it's funny, like Ross Johnston's is normal. It just talks about his career, and
Yeah.
it just had to be like, no, fuck Cam Fowler.
dude, Dallas's third line is friggin' insane. It's like Wyatt Johnston. Who was it? I know Wyatt Johnston's their third line. Uh, I'm gonna look it up because I don't know. I just
Yeah.
know it's freaking insane.
I hate saying how good they are, but they are just a really good team.
Are they the most deep team like in quite a while?
I'd say, yeah, maybe.
Because I don't think even Vegas's teams were that deep.
So, I mean, the team they're playing, the Oilers, have gotten deeper. I don't think I wouldn't say they're as deep as the Stars, but I don't think they're that far behind.
I think with Edmonton though, the problems when they have like guys that can score the bottom half of the lineup, they just aren't.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, their third line is Jamie Benn, Wyatt Johnston, and Logan Stankoven.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's pretty freaking good.
the stank oven.
Stankoven. I know
Big
you guys saw
Stank.
the. I know you guys saw the Minute Munchers tweet yesterday. I went there.
That was kind of a layup.
Kind of disappointed that it didn't. That I think it was just you and Chris that just liked to tweet. So I'm kind of disappointed in everybody who didn't pat me on the back for such a great tweet.
We love the Minute Munchers.
It's cool. The Minute Munchers.
Take,
It's not going to be the title of the podcast.
I mean,
Minute Munchers.
that could be. I named the Twitch stream what I originally was planning, but Minute Muncher would be funny.
Yeah, we got a couple. So what do you think
There's
about
lots of-
Yager? Did you read Yager's comment?
What did Yelmer? How do you say it?
Yarmir?
Yammer?
Yalamir?
Yelmer?
You trying to cast a spell over there?
Meow
Lou?
meow meow.
I guess there's been some speculation about him retiring. So they asked him about it, and he just responded, "I'll die on the ice."
Well,
That's
crazy.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if the dude died like playing. Like not like of an injury, but he just old age. Like he just
How old was Gordie Howe when he retired? Because I know he was like old as hell.
He was in his
he was old as
60s.
dirt, huh? Yeah, he was 60 something. He was old as dirt, dude.
He was.
Sorry to everyone.
No, Gordie Howe was 52 years old and 11 days.
Oh,
he's only
well,
52? Oh, shot that
52.
one. Wow. Wow.
Fact check
you were
Lou
about-
here.
You were off for about maybe 10 years.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Sorry to everyone who's in their 50s and 60s that are listening, and I just called you old as dirt.
Way to go,
Apologies.
Chris.
Apologies.
Hey, how old do you have to be to
Apologies.
qualify for the early bird special?
You can get your AARP card at 35, I thought, right?
I thought
You
you had to be
really?
I thought you had to be in your 50s.
Do you get it at 35?
How
I
old?
I could be misremembering. It could be 53. I could be dyslexic.
Eligible for AARP.
Let's go to Denny's.
All
Me and Lou.
people age 50 and older are eligible for membership with AARP.
I don't know. Maybe I had 35 tucked in the brain somewhere. And
Yeah,
just
you're
wanted to
about
say it.
15 years off.
We can't all be
I wonder
perfect,
what the
Lou.
30. Yeah, I wonder what the 35's from.
It's funny that you said Denny's the other night. We were going getting In and Out, and we had to go down. So the one that's by our apartment is just notoriously packed. Like the line goes out onto the street, and it's like on a corner, so like it like curves around the turn lane.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a bitch and a half to get to, and it's busy because there's cars down the street, and then you have
Jesus.
to turn and then turn in the parking lot to order.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So we went to the other one that's off of Harbor, and I didn't know what side of the street it was on. So we're in like the far right lane, and Heather's like, "Where is it? I don't see it." And it's on the left hand side over like 3 lanes. And I was like, "Oh, I see yellow. I see yellow." I was like, "Oh, it's a Denny's." And she was like, the sign looks nothing like the In-N-Out sign. And I was like, "I just saw yellow. Like, don't yell at me. I'm in the passenger seat."
yellow.
I could see how you could think that though.
I like Denny's.
Really?
Yeah, I don't mind going there getting like an omelet, cup of coffee, get a Denver omelet.
one side of it is salted and the other side isn't.
I feel like I just need to be inebriated
I-
to dine there.
I like the Grand Slamwich. That's pretty good.
I will give you that. That is pretty good.
Yeah, I do enjoy that. I haven't had it in
Hey,
a couple of years, honestly.
See, are you a Denny's guy or are you a Norm's guy? I mean, they
Ooh.
make the same food, but
I've
Yeah,
never been to Norm's.
really?
I've
My
literally
parents have, but I've never been to Norm's.
I've only been one time.
I mean, I would say you're missing out, but honestly, if you've eaten at Denny's, you've eaten at
Yeah.
Norm's.
Okay.
Here I was
Yeah.
thinking like this will be our
You guys
one
like
off track
IHOP?
conversation for the pod and
Do you guys
just
like IHOP?
I don't mind IHOP.
it's okay.
I haven't
Uh,
gone in a couple of years, but
And so I don't think I've been to an IHOP in like 10 years.
last time I went was probably oof, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. Whenever the new the new Grinch movie came out, the animated Grinch. My mom wanted to go to IHOP because they had the Grinch. They had like Grinch pancakes or something. They had like special green something, and we went to IHOP that morning, and then we went and saw
I was gonna make an
Grinch.
IHOP joke, but I'm not gonna do it.
Why?
It's bad.
Well,
It's
tell
not bad, but
afterward.
it's off
Yeah.
color.
Oh, okay.
It's unsavory.
Okay.
If we ever do Patreon pods or whatever, I'd say it there.
Not in a public space.
No, not on
Buy
It's
us-
like you gotta pay for it.
go on our link tree and buy us a cup of coffee. Send us like 1 or 2 cups, and then Lou will
We'll
send
send
you a
you.
voice
We'll send
message.
you a 5-second clip of Lou saying whatever he wanted to say.
So I'm almost through all my notes here. We don't have a ton of other stuff, but there has been more like
we can take a break real fast and do our ads. I mean,
we can do that.
gonna
That would be
say,
smart.
Lou's
Yeah,
talking
we could,
about unsavory stuff.
That's
What place
true.
has savory things for you to partake in? It'd be
Yeah.
our pals over at Noble.
mention our pod and get you 10% off your tab.
Yep. Go
Get
hang
you
out at
some
Noble.
man milk.
Get
Do they
man
still have
milk.
man milk?
Pretty sure.
It was there the last time. I mean, that was fan appreciation night. So
Mm.
that was 2 months ago.
I think
now.
last time when I went on Instagram, like a few weeks ago, they had like a burger stand there.
They've
Yeah,
been
they got
having
some
like
cool-
food places show up. They did like a tattoo
It
looked pretty
event
darn
this
good.
last week. We gotta get in contact with them. Maybe do something like when the season starts.
Yeah. Maybe we can work out a time to go hang out there like to watch a game or something and have like a cool food truck or something there. That'd be nice. But yeah,
Hey,
go hang out at Noble.
If you
It's
guys
getting
ever need to
warm.
name a beer, lap lager, been talking about
Hey,
this for
guys.
like a year and a half now.
Hey guys, yeah, I might have to poke around a little bit, see what can be done. I don't know, maybe
Just
Jake can.
send a picture like this. Just
Yeah.
please.
Just gonna have
Lap
Jake
lager.
just go show up like for 10 minutes every Friday and just talk about it and leave. Don't buy anything.
Well, I think that would get that would be kicked out of the
Maybe.
establishment, and we don't want to do that.
But yeah, go
Lap
hang out at
lager.
Noble. Lap Lager. Go hang out at Noble. Get 10% off by mentioning the late arrivals.
Just a seal drinking a beer on the can.
Yeah. Nice purple
Purple and
can,
black and white.
purple, black, gray, white, just craziness going on.
Is it gray or silver?
I'd say gray.
I would say gray.
Yeah, definitely more of a gray.
Okay, if you say so. I think silver, but I'm not gonna argue.
Yeah, it's gonna be getting warm. Lou said it's not very warm right now.
No, it's pretty cold out.
Yeah, but
for my
it's getting
standards
warm.
at least.
What's better than a nice cold beer on a warm day? Maybe a seltzer even if you want. They got that Dole Whip thing going on over there at Noble that just looks delicious and refreshing on a hot day or something. So
You ever had those Dole Whips at Disneyland?
yeah, so good.
I don't know. Last one I had one, and I don't know. It just felt like my diabetes was just taking over my
What?
body.
I don't feel like it's that bad.
No, it just was too sugary.
Hmm.
I don't like overly sugary things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I can't drink crazy sugary stuff either. It's kind of gross. It's not the best, but but
Yeah.
if you don't want to go to Noble, you're not feeling the drinks. That's not your vibe. But you like to go to concerts. You like to go to different shows. Where would you go, Lou? If
714 tickets.
ooh 714.
What's the promo code, Jake?
That would be code LAP, all caps. I
Look
know
at it.
you.
Look at us being involved in
Look
this
at
in
that
this era.
teamwork.
Teamwork makes the
Teamwork.
dream work, baby.
Would you say this is like your favorite meme of your favorite player, Lou? LeBron dunking with D Wade in front of him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you
I'm definitely not LeBron. I tell you that.
go.
I am not Bron.
I I like to think of Lou as the basketball.
Why am
Lou's the
I the
one being dunked.
basketball? Why am
Yeah.
I the one being dunked?
I don't know.
Do I look like a ball to you? Do I have a rotund shape to you?
I don't know. I feel like you could like fold up pretty nicely.
Hold it up.
We taped. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you could crouch down and put yourself into a ball pretty well, and I feel like we could like.
He's just saying you're nice and limber.
Yeah, I feel like I could pick you up, dunk you. But yeah, go to go to 714 tickets. Promo code LAP, all caps, gets you 10% off your purchase, 5% towards future purchases. That could be for any kind of show that you're looking at, and it's all over the United States. It doesn't.
Go
You do
see a
not have to
baseball
be
game. The
in
the Angels are kind of winning lately, I think.
kind of winning.
With their roster of guys who thought their careers were done.
Yeah.
Hey, that Kevin Pillar's freaking raking lately.
He's gonna get us a nice cash consideration at the deadline.
Dude, I was just looking at the AOS standings yesterday, and they're bad. Every
Are
team in
they?
that division is just terrible.
Which is kind of funny since Texas won the World Series last year and they have like fallen off a cliff.
The Astros aren't playing up. I think they've been injured though.
I mean,
I don't know.
we don't want the
We don't
we
want
don't
them to
want the
win though.
Astros to win.
No. They have such ugly uniforms too.
The Astros do.
Yeah. The blue, orange, and white and crap.
I do like blue and orange together.
Yeah, but the way they do it is unsavory
Yeah.
looking.
Yeah, it's kind of like how I feel with the Oilers. Like I love blue and orange, like the Islanders do it right, but the Oilers for some reason
No,
don't.
I like the Oilers look
You do?
now. Yeah, I didn't like it last season when they had
Yeah.
when they reversed the orange and the blue,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and then with those ugly freaking alternate uniforms, the
The
navy blue
navy
and orange.
blue and yeah,
Yeah,
they had like
that
no
that's
white.
freaking ugly.
Yeah. So
They
yeah, the
they really
Yankees,
what?
the Yankees are in town.
Yeah, the
So
Bronx Bombers as they're known
yeah.
as.
So go check them out tomorrow,
Go
maybe
see
Wednesday.
former Padre Juan Soto.
Wednesday's game and Thursday's game are both 6:38 p.m. starts.
Yep.
You're looking at 714. Look at you can get $6 tickets right now.
What's 10% off $6?
I wonder if you're even allowed to put our thing on there.
Yeah, so they might just be like,
You might
I
not
don't
even need our
know.
code for these games. But I mean, hey, if you want to get
really,
a
you can't shell out $6 for
yeah.
this.
Yeah, no service fees. Remember that 714 tickets, no service fees. So what you see is what you get. You don't have to pay like $27.
It would be
Um,
0.6 by the way if you use their discount for six
don't need
dollars.
to go to Ticketmaster and spend like $20 on service fees or whatever.
Yeah, they don't do service fees at 714 tickets promo code LAP.
Yeah, they sure don't. But I mean, hey, you could Why don't you go splurge a little, get some expensive tickets? I mean, I'm section 134 for Wednesday's game.
Oh, Chris got the
$35.
seating chart and all that pulled up. Look at him go.
Section 134, 34 or $35.
134. That's like field tickets, right?
Yeah.
That's
Where do you
kinda
guys
crazy.
like to sit? Where do you guys like to sit at a baseball game?
I always just go for the Lexus Club.
Yeah.
I prefer down low because I like watching the games that close up, but I also
Mhm.
feel like as long as I'm field level, I'm fine.
Okay.
The last game I went to, I'm pretty sure I think it was the home opener like a couple years ago
Yeah, when we all went.
when we all
gr-
went and it
The
was
group chat field trip.
all hot and musty. And it's when we got the infamous the Lou gif.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like the
That would be
season
the game.
before, we had tickets for my birthday, and the game got canceled because Adelton Simmons had COVID,
I remember
and
that. And they had to
all
cancel it.
all the Twins roster, like half the Twins roster, got it, and so they rescheduled the game for like a Tuesday afternoon, and I was like one of three people sitting in left field by myself in the sun. And it was funny because like halfway through the like second or third inning, the usher came down and he's like, I usually don't say this. He's like, because there's actually people here. He was like, but if you want, you can move closer. He's like, I'm not gonna like make you sit in your seat. And I was just like, that's cool. I'm cool where I'm sitting. I was like, honestly, I'd rather sit up a little higher to kind of see more of the field. He's like, okay, well, if you want to move, you can. It's like, cool, man. And someone from Minnesota hit a home run in that game, and my dad was watching at home, and he was like, I think I just saw you on the TV. And I'm like, how? And he was like, you said you're like one of five people there and you're closest to the rock, so I saw the ball go that way and you're the one person there. It's like, oh yeah, true.
Oh man.
Yeah, down
I would
low for me. Down low is the way
down
to
low.
go.
Yeah.
But that's also because
kinda-
Angels are so bad that tickets are always cheap, and it's just like, hell yeah, this is an awesome
Yeah.
deal.
Are they
Yeah.
still worse than the A's?
Yes, they are.
That's
Mm.
not ideal.
I was gonna say I kind of like sitting behind home plate.
Yeah. That's where I usually like to sit.
Yeah.
So I
Whether
like
it's lower level or upper, like for the D-backs games, I like sitting up top and like behind home plate, and you can see the whole field, and like it's so easy to follow the ball.
I always want to go to I've always been wanting to go to a game at Chase.
You should come out, go to a game. I'll get you tickets.
Yeah. One day.
We'll go as a unit.
A unit. Is it
Alright.
air
We can
conditioned?
share. Yeah. We can share a churro dog.
I'll watch you eat it.
Nah, I can't eat the whole thing. That's disgusting.
I don't
We
like
gotta share
churro.
it. We have to share it.
I don't
Do
like
you like
churros.
donuts?
I mean, I don't dislike donuts, but I don't like churros.
Well, you don't have to have the churro. They have ice cream on there, and the hot dog bun is replaced with donuts.
Okay.
So the bun is the bun is donuts. The hot dog is no longer there. It's the churro. The churro replaces it, and then it's like got 3 scoops of ice cream, and then like caramel drizzle on there. Like if one person eats it, you might have to go to the hospital. Like you have to share it.
Well, you're just gonna be. You better wear it depends if you fucking eat that.
Yeah, you might want to. Yeah.
You're gonna be freaking sneaking up the joint.
I like how 714 turned into this.
Yeah. 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 So go see the Yankees, Angel Stadium. You can do that
If you want.
if you wanna. If you wanna.
That's kind of crazy though. Tickets are cheap to see the Yankees because the Yankees are always expensive. Like those ticket prices.
Yeah. I wonder if it's because of when they're here, like with it being during the week, maybe.
No,
Even
it's just the
during the
Angels are
week.
bad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that probably has to do with
Right.
it. Yeah.
I was trying to look at some D-backs tickets here. If someone, okay, here we go. On Monday, June 3rd, the San Francisco Giants are in Phoenix. And looks like tickets are $34.
I'm still annoyed with the Giants. They're actually
44
winning
bucks.
lately. But
Section 141, $44. Use code LAP. But yeah, so go get lost on the 714 tickets website. If you want the app, download the app. Very easy to look at everything right there. I have the app, and that's what I was just
offer
looking at.
help
It's
if you
very
get
easy.
lost in their website.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get lost there. I've gotten lost plenty of times.
Yeah. Lou gets lost everywhere. If you've listened to enough episodes, you understand. You understand.
Dude, I got lost in the grocery store like a couple weeks ago.
Did you?
Yeah. I
You
almost had
forget
to,
where you came in or something?
yeah, I almost had to go to
Uh-huh.
the counter and ask them to
We
use the
gotta
intercom
we gotta
for
get
my
you like
party to come.
one of those biker backpacks that has the little like translucent orange like flag on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
I just need a
you
leash.
imagine? Like, can you just imagine being at
I
a
just
grocery
need
store with Lou?
I just need a people leash.
Just imagine losing Lou at the
Have
grocery
you ever
store. He's
been to
got a
Disneyland and you've seen those people have those leashes on their kids?
oh yeah,
It's the
yeah.
stupidest thing.
It's pretty dumb, yeah.
It's so
But
dumb.
whatever works, At least I see someone like some people have it around their waist, and you have some people wear it on their wrist.
Either way,
It's different.
your child is not an animal.
Some kids are
Freaking
kind of animal-like.
rent them a stroller.
Yeah, I could do that.
When you're at Disneyland, just you might as well pay for the stroller.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you want to pay $75 to rent a stroller for a day?
It's better than looking like that. You're walking your kid like a dog.
It's good exercise.
I don't know.
Lap branded child leashes win. We'll have Lou
There we
model.
go. There we go.
I just look down on people who do that to their kids. Very humiliating and degrading, if you ask me. But anyways,
Well, we have spent
Well-
enough time on our ad reads here, but before we
Shift.
move on,
Shift
you gotta
hockey.
go to shift. Gotta
Okay.
get your
You cream hoodie or toque.
your cheap hockey sticks. I need to
They're
get
not
myself a
cheap in
goalie.
quality though. They're just cheap in price.
I need to
That's
get
right.
myself a goalie one. And
High
ironic, they're talking about
high
the
quality
Angels
product.
being bad and they're beating the Yankees 4-3.
Are they really?
It's in the ninth, so they have a chance to blow it. They're very good at that this year.
Yeah, shift hockey. Whenever you get that stick, you'll have to model it.
Hopefully
Yeah.
not break it like my other one.
Hopefully not. We could post it on our socials. Give them a nice little shout out. But yeah, go get some shift hockey stuff. They got some
Lap
really
10.
nice lap 10. Get you 10% off. They got some
10%
nice
off.
outside of hockey sticks if you're not playing. And outside of gloves, they got some nice stuff. They got some nice hats, t-shirts, hoodies.
Do
They got
they have
got nice
t-shirts
merch.
now?
Yeah, they have a lot of nice merch.
Yeah.
So go
Support our
enjoy.
pals at Shift.
Yeah, go enjoy that. Tell
Where are they
Shift we
based?
sent you.
They're
Last I
based-
knew, I think they were in Illinois, or no,
Oh, so
maybe
They're in the Midwest.
I think they're in the Midwest. I think the guy
they're
I talked
American
to.
made.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I want to say the guy I talked to. I remember I talked on the phone with him before we got this partnership with them, and I want to say he was in Chicago. But yeah,
Good old American company. USA, baby.
I will say there's been some more transitioning back to some news here. There's been some more coaching stuff going on since we last recorded. I'm gonna shoot all this out really quick. I have it all laid out in the.
You're gonna
in the
shoot it
notes
out
here.
real quick.
I'm gonna shoot it all out real fast.
I thought you said something else.
That's later. This coffee will go right through me, and that's a little bit later.
Yeah, you actually knew what I thought you said.
Yeah,
You read my mind.
I sure did. Carolina keeps Rod the Bod. Rod Brennerbor is back in Carolina. I believe it's for 5 years. That's what I think I saw. Winnipeg got their new coach, Scott Arniel. They just had the press conference. I think it was today, right? That they
I believe so.
Yeah.
they
I couldn't
introduced
tell
him
you who he
today.
is, but shout out Scott. Shout out
Um,
Rod.
also today, Seattle made it official that Dan Bilesma is their new head coach.
Duck Legend. Well,
That's
Mighty
cool.
Duck Legend.
Shout out to Dan. He was coaching still is coaching the Coachella Valley Firebirds at the moment, and they are in the Final Four in the AHL.
Yeah, I saw the
Called-
picture
Calder
of the
Cup
Kraken
playoffs.
with his picture, and like
Uh-huh.
I thought they photoshopped like him in like Kraken gear. I was like, why did they Photoshop him in Kraken gear? But then I found
Yeah.
out he was already in the organization.
Yeah. So he's pretty much getting promoted.
Yeah. He also said that he's looking at what was their name?
Oh crap.
Forgot her name, but they're looking at maybe having a full-time female assistant, and she's been
Yeah.
with Coachella Valley.
And she's been kicking ass. Like she's done like wonders for their power play.
I think Chris Johnson tweeted it out. I'm looking it up right now.
All right. While you look that up, I will also say that the Devils hired Sheldon Keefe.
I got it.
Okay, go ahead.
Jessica Campbell.
Jessica Campbell. I knew it was gonna bother me when I heard her name.
And there's never been a
yeah.
full-time female assistant coach in the NHL before.
Yeah. So that
cool. Would be pretty cool.
Yeah. But yeah, the Devils hired Sheldon Keefe after he was let go from the Maple Leafs, and he arrived in New Jersey with his wife, and his wife was all set and ready. She had the whole red. She was all dressed in red. She had the red nails. She was ready. All ready. They're all in on the Devils. I actually really like the direction the Devils and the Leafs have went with their coaches.
That's good. That's a good hire.
Yeah, I think they both are better.
Who the Leafs hire?
Greg Berube. Yep.
I don't know about that hire, but
I like it.
I like the Sheldon Keefe hire.
Yeah. In my opinion, I feel like the Leafs and Devils, the Leafs and Devils, in my opinion, are better right now than they were just like a month ago. Last one is two more. Columbus hired Don Waddell as their GM.
Is it Waddell or Waddle? I always thought it was Waddle, but it's Waddell.
Waddell, yeah. He's their new GM there in Columbus. He just left Carolina. And
another guy who willingly went to Ohio.
Yeah. And one that's a little sad for some of our friends, our Kings friends. LA keeps Jim Hiller as their head coach. That was official. He is the guy.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
I don't know either, but apparently they're looking at some assistants, and who the hell was just brought up today? His name. He was with the Ducks. He might go to the Kings as an assistant. Oh my God, who the hell was it?
Craig Johnston.
Probably Johnston.
No.
I don't know why they would bring Newell Brown, but
Newell Brown.
Was it Newell Brown?
It's Newell Brown. Yeah.
Oh wow! So they don't want to score power play goals ever again.
Wait, are you joking or are you serious?
No, it was Dennis Bernstein? I think he tweeted that out, that they're looking possibly at bringing Newell Brown on board.
What are they doing over there?
Not official, but yeah.
I mean, as a Ducks fan, I love it, but what the hell are they doing over there?
How many sizes too big?
Is he wearing his suit 4 sizes too big as he likes to do?
Flying away when the wind blows.
Have you ever seen Dennis Bernstein's Instagram stories?
No.
They're hilarious.
He's good.
They're hilarious. They're always like just up very, very, very up close selfies of him.
Oh, and then that's great.
And then he just uses like very long hashtags. Like at least 10 words in a hashtag.
What?
It's
like at that point it's a sentence. Just take the hashtag off.
Right.
Yeah. You have to see it for yourself. It's an amazing content that Dennis is cooking over at his Instagram account. Worthwhile. Go out of
Is
your way and
this
see it.
in the Twitch chat? Is that Duck? Is that Duck Duck?
No, Duck Duck's name is Duck Duck.
It is just Duck Duck. Who is this again? In the chat?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not looking.
I don't know if they would like.
Who?
Their name
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh, you don't think? Okay,
I mean, unless they
Jay.
want.
Jay
Okay,
from
it's Jay.
Twitter.
He just said it. It's Jay.
Yeah,
All-star
so I
for Toronto.
say
Also, okay.
I say
Well,
Duck
shout
Duck's
out
Duck
for being here
Duck's name
tonight.
is actually Duck Duck on here too.
Okay. All right. So Jay.
Shout out Jay for being
Yeah,
here
All-Star
tonight.
for Toronto. Okay. Yeah. Jay said that
Thank
he
you
thinks
for
Keith,
listening to us ramble.
Yeah. He thinks Keith will be pretty interesting in New Jersey. I agree. He would love to see
Did the
Noah
Kings
Brown to the Kings. I also agree.
did the Kings even consider Sheldon Keefe as an option? Or did they just want Jim Hiller from the start?
I thought from listening to the 32 Thoughts podcast, I think Jim Hiller was like their guy from the start. Like I think they were looking out there. Like it seemed like they were looking around. They weren't going to make it like official yet, just to see what was out there. But I think they were all in on Jim
Like
Hiller
Sheldon
from the
Keefe would
beginning.
probably make this team go past his first round. What are they
Well,
doing?
I mean, if he can do that with
Oh yeah, he
Austin
did have
Matthews on their team, I
Matthews,
don't know
Marner,
about that.
Nylander.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
do it with the Devils, and
Maybe not.
then we can talk. But
Yeah, you got a point.
I am very interested to see Keefe in New Jersey. That could be a lot of fun.
You ready
So
for
we already
questions?
talked. Yeah, I was gonna say we already talked about the conference finals and
Did you
stuff.
want to
I
talk
was
about
gonna ask
the PWHL real quick?
the P-Dub. Yeah. Really quick. I was gonna ask your thoughts on teams rolling in the playoffs with a 1A, 1B goalie tandem instead of just like a specific starter and a backup. Because Boston's been doing it.
I just don't think it's viable in the playoffs.
I don't think so either.
Just because one guy plays really well, and if he's the one keeping you in the series, like I don't see why you would have Shesterkin play a game, win a game, and then throw Jonathan Quick in there just for shits and giggles. I mean, it also helps that like Boston being the team that does it, they have a goalie that won the Vezina and Jeremy Swayman, who's also really, really good. Like, it's easy to be like, oh, well, both guys are good. Where other teams, I feel it's like, no, just ride that guy until he falls apart.
Right.
I think it's helpful if like one of your goalies is like dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
And you want to like maybe flip flop for a couple games, but
for sure, yeah.
I mean, the Ducks did it. The Ducks did it to start the season. I know it's playoffs, but
yeah,
they were doing that.
Use the 2017 Ducks as what not to do. Ride John Gibson till he's physically broken, and then have to play Jonathan Bernier, who had played in 2 months.
I also think that's why John Gibson kind of had a bounce back year, because they did that.
Yeah,
he's not having to play 70 games and make a million saves every night. He only has to make a million saves in like 30 games now.
Yeah, just 30. But yeah, I mainly thought of that question a little while ago. I had it in the notes for a bit, and I always forgot to go back to it. But the Bruins are what made me think of it, because it's like I'm totally fine with you doing the 1A, 1B thing in the first round, maybe the second round. But I think once you get to the conference finals, and if you can reach the Stanley Cup final, by that time, I feel like you need to pick your goalie. Because there were nights for the Bruins just against the Leafs, and I'm like, why are you going with Ullmark when Swayman played so well? Like, why even think of I think it was game one of
they did it the one game, and then they lost, and everyone was like, just play Swayman, and Swayman played the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's exactly the game I was referring to, because like he won game one, and like right after they won, the talk was, okay, do they go to Ullmark in game two? And I was just like, what do you mean? Like, Swayman won game one and was outstanding. Like, he played such a good game. I don't know. I didn't understand it. I don't get the whole 1A, 1B thing. I think if you want to start that way, that's fine, but you got to make a decision.
Yeah. I think it's more viable if you have a really good tandem, but I still wouldn't recommend doing it. Ride the guys hot.
I agree.
Yeah.
Quick P-dub. update, and then we'll get into questions. If you don't know, PWHL Minnesota and PWHL Boston are in the Walter Cup finals. The
Shout out
playoffs in the
Minnesota.
shout out Minnesota. The playoffs in the PWHL are best of 5, and they had it's just 4 teams that make it. So obviously, there's only 2 rounds of playoffs.
I thought Minnesota was bad.
They ended the year pretty bad. Like they
did
didn't
they?
play very well. Yeah, and then all of a sudden the playoffs started, and they almost got swept by Toronto in the first round, and then they did a reverse sweep on Toronto, and then
They don't have conferences yet, obviously.
no.
Oh.
But yeah, they did a nice little reverse sweep on Toronto. They're in the Walter Cup final against Boston, and that series is tied 2-2. So it'll be a game 5 tomorrow night at 7 Eastern. So it'll be 4 Pacific. You can watch on the PWHL YouTube.
Didn't they have like a multi-overtime game like a couple games ago?
I think it was might have been game 1.
Or was it just one overtime?
There's been a couple games this series that have gone double OT.
Has
they've
it?
been pretty good. Minnesota,
Yeah, I haven't
Boston,
been
man,
watching,
they're
but I've been following it on Twitter because like a bunch of people have been talking about it.
Yeah, Boston and Minnesota, man, their goalies have just been dominating. A lot of fun. Like the last game, game 4, Minnesota's up 2-1 in the series, goes to overtime. You have your shot to win the cup right there on home ice for Minnesota. They scored, and the place was going nuts. And then they ended up reviewing it. It's goal interference. They took the goal away, and then Boston scored like a couple minutes later
Where are they playing?
to force a game 5.
What arenas are they playing in?
In Minnesota, they're playing where the Wild play.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I
Have
think
they
they
been
had
getting
13.
sellouts?
They have like 13K.
That's pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
What about in Boston? Where are they playing at?
Boston, they're playing at UMass Lowell.
Don't know what that is.
College hockey rink.
College.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
The Riverhawks, I believe. But yeah, so Boston forced a game 5. It was a great game. I mean, it went to overtime 0-0. Like the goal, it was a goalie show. It's a lot of fun. If you like some of those games where it's just all goalies, which I do enjoy every once in a while. That was definitely one to watch.
Are they getting their planes chartered, or do they have to like?
I don't know. I actually don't know that.
Because the WNBA just started doing that.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
Some teams, yeah.
Yep. I'm not sure.
This year. I don't know why I just thought of that, but
honestly, with it being their first year, they probably don't. But
yeah.
But yeah, I've really enjoyed the season so far. So it is officially the last game tomorrow night. So you should definitely tune in, see who wins the first ever Walter Cup.
When are they expanding?
Probably not for another year or 2.
When are they getting names, like actual names?
This summer.
Oh, okay.
This summer. Hopefully like next month, or because I know that the draft is coming up in June. So hopefully by the draft at least. So hopefully in a month or whatever.
And there's 6 teams.
6 teams, yep.
That'd be cool when California gets one.
Right? Like if they could play, I mean, it'd be cool if they got a team in Orange County and they could play at, even if they had games at Honda Center, or, I mean, I don't know, but maybe not like all the time at Honda Center, but it'd be cool maybe for like bigger event games or
big
something.
Games.
They could have it at Honda
I was
Center.
thinking maybe Great Park, but I don't know. That might be too small.
Great Park's probably their best bet, but yeah, it's still probably too small because these games are bringing in at least 5K or more, and I think Great Park only holds like 2,500.
Yeah, it's like half that.
Yeah,
that'd be cool if Arizona got one.
It can handle professional play. I mean, they have the goals in the bubble for COVID.
Yeah, that's true.
Just,
I forgot
it's just
the
that
goals.
no fans. Like,
would be cool.
I forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
a lot of things were a thing
kind
in
of forget
COVID.
that I worked that. Like,
yeah,
It was weird thinking back. Like I got to see Trevor and Jamie like before they were Ducks, like from
They
far because
they were
we
they were
couldn't be
gold.
anywhere near the players.
Yeah.
What number did Trevor wear? 13, I think.
Yeah, he was wearing 13 and Jamie was
Jamie
wearing
was.
17.
That's weird.
But yeah, tune into the PWHL finals tomorrow, 4 Eastern, so you can watch most of that game before the Western Conference final starts, because the Western Conference final tomorrow, Wednesday night, is 5:30 puck drop, which will be, well, 5:30 means what, 5:45?
Around there,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's why
Yeah.
why are they doing that?
It's always been like that, honestly.
Has it? I've never
Yeah,
noticed until
even like
this
the
year.
NBC days, I
It's
remember it was
like
always like 15 minutes
because I
after
look on
the
my phone to see what time it is and I turn it on and it's like, 15 minutes now.
yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. So
Obi-Wan
you'll
Kenobi said also would love to see some expansion from either league into New Mexico.
New Mexico would be a cool spot. I know Albuquerque has a rink. I'm not sure the capacity though.
The Los Pollos Hermanos team.
um, but yeah, so the game tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Like I said, you'll have like a good hour 45 to watch before
I thought you said
the
5 o'clock.
4 o'clock
You said 4 o'clock.
Pacific. Yeah, 4 for the PWHL.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about
5:30 for the
the
Western Conference
NHL.
final. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have a good hour 45 really to tune in and enjoy, and let's get some nice views there on their YouTube page,
Let's
and
go Minnesota.
let's witness some history. Taylor
Nice.
Heisey, by the way, is kicking ass in the playoffs, dude. She is just, it's wonderful. It's great to see.
Who's on Boston?
Hillary Knight,
Oh.
Megan Keller.
I don't know. I don't know who I
Oh.
want to win now.
Well, that's why I said
that
earlier that it's like
that
it's a win-win, because if
that throws a wrench into the equation.
yeah, because like I said, it was kind of like a win-win. You know, if Boston wins, at least Hillary Knight wins the cup. But if Minnesota wins, you get Taylor Heisey. So
Yeah. I think I want
Yeah.
Minnesota to win though, because purple.
yeah, we got to go Minnesota, man.
Like every team in every league needed to go purple.
Someone, yeah, you need to have at least one team that's purple. But I kind of want to be careful what I'm wishing for here, because I don't want Utah to be purple. A little nervous. I'm seeing a lot of concepts out there, and there's a lot of purple going on, and I'm like, I don't know, man, maybe not.
What the Mountain Utah Jazz uniform?
Yeah, like if they're the Utah Yeti or the
Honestly, I want that color scheme, like the Jazz Mountain uniforms.
yeah, like the purple and the copper color.
Yeah, and the white and blue and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah, because that would make me want to like them. That sucks. All right, we can move on to questions though.
Yeah.
Okay. We will start with our Hockey Daily 365 topic. And this one, I feel like we'll all kind of be in agreement, but so are you satisfied with the playoff coverage from ESPN, TNT, or is there more to be desired?
TNT's fine. ESPN, not so
Yeah,
bad.
I kind of, I mean, I watch the games, but I definitely am very quick to meet when they go to PK and Steve Levy.
Yeah.
Not that they're bad, it's just I don't know. I feel like PK offers insight. Levy does a decent enough job, but
Mark
they have
Messier is just
they
boring.
have Messier there just to spout quotes about being an Oiler and a Ranger in
Back
1994.
in my day.
Like they'll talk
Yeah.
about something legitimate, and he'll be like, "Well, back when I was an Oiler," and it's like, back when you were an Oiler, you had like 9 Hall of Fame players. Like we
Yeah.
don't really need to know that. Like we know
Yeah.
that the Oilers were good when you were there.
And then the Rangers had a few Hall of Famers
Yeah.
on that team.
Yeah. It's like I get that they're trying to match TNT. I mean it's hard to top having Wayne Gretzky on your broadcast.
Yeah.
And you know, and for as dull as people have said he is, I mean he does when he is available to do those broadcasts. I mean, he's funny. Like he
Mhm.
brings a dynamic you wouldn't expect from a player, from a person like Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah.
But like the TNT crew, it's natural. They
Yeah.
have fun, but like their insight's good. Even when it flip flops people, like I mean, Yandel has been on there and he's been pretty good. I mean, they had Colby Armstrong the
Yeah.
last couple weeks, right?
Yeah. He's
I mean,
pretty good on there too.
even when they put
The fuck?
The fuck's going on, bro?
our Alexa just went off.
Scary. I don't like that.
You got a ghost in your
What
house?
I don't
The
like that.
fuck?
I watch too many scary movies to enjoy that. I don't like it. Anyway,
I was watching
Colby
Ghost
Armstrong.
Adventures
I
before we
guess I gotta
hopped
whisper
on.
here. That was the trigger word. Like shit. But
Yeah,
like,
Colby Armstrong's a good
fuck, I don't
one
even
on there.
remember what I
Yeah.
was saying now.
You were just talking about Colby Armstrong was on there for a
TNT,
couple weeks.
TNT good,
TNT.
ESPN bad.
Yeah, there was
Well, it's not bad, but
it
it
certainly
just
can be
needs
better.
it needs to be better.
Yeah, it
Like
definitely needs to be
even the
better.
broadcasters for ESPN, it bothers me that the score bug on ESPN doesn't have a consistent shot counter.
Yeah. I feel like they've gotten better with it, but yeah, it's still not as
It's
great
not
as
like consistent. Like
yeah.
TNT score bug is really good. I feel
Yeah.
like
The NHL's in very good hands, I'll say that. I do enjoy both. I think both are very important in very like different ways.
here's a question. Do you like a score bug to be on top of the screen or on the bottom of the screen?
mm,
I prefer it up top. It just feels more natural.
yeah, I think I'll go
Yeah,
top.
I think I tend to agree.
I just don't like
First thought,
ESPN's like really big. Like it's really
yeah,
big. TNT's is
it-
nice because it's you can see everything. It's in
It's
the
not
corner.
too small, it's not too big.
mhm,
It's just right.
ESPN, it's like we need this giant Stanley Cup next to it
yeah,
because
They just
you
want to
need
like
to know you're
accentuate the
watching the
logos.
playoffs. Like I get it.
yeah,
Like NBC used to do the same thing, but
yeah,
NBC used to also have a smaller score book. So it's like
yeah.
just do what they
See,
did.
I
I think it
really
also
like,
depends on the sport too.
yeah,
Because like for
I
football,
really,
like they're mostly on the bottom.
I kind of fall into this category with both ESPN and TNT where I can enjoy both. Where I feel like a lot of fans, a lot of hockey fans feel like they have to pick a side. um, I really like both, but ESPN definitely has a lot to improve on.
I think for
Um,
me, I can listen to TNT with the sound up, but for ESPN, I have to like listen it on low volume.
they have that Bob Wischusen on ESPN. I do like him.
He's
He's
okay.
fine
Yeah.
calling the game. Ryan Callahan being like color commentators, okay. Like I don't mind him. Buchagras
I don't like Bucci
is he's
on
like
commentary.
okay, but sometimes it's too much. Like sometimes it's like all right. Like
He's a studio analyst. He's
I
the
kind
main
of
guy
wish he would.
on a
Yeah,
panel show.
yeah. I kind of wish he would be
That's
like
what he is.
the fourth guy in the studio there instead of just Levy and PK and
I
Mark
don't
Messier.
I don't
I think
really like
Buchagras needs to join them and kind of
I don't
even that
really
out
like
a little bit. I think, but
I don't really like the jump scares from ESPN like they
okay.
do.
So like Leah Hextall, right?
Yeah.
Don't like Leah Hextall on
I
ESPN.
didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say her
Yeah,
name.
it's
I
okay. We
don't
can
want to
talk
be
about
mean,
this. Leah
but
Hextall, that's something that
every
ESPN
time
can
she
work
comes on
on.
the screen, it's just like a jump scare for me.
Yeah, like and I've said it before. The way she pronounces her D's, like
I'm sure
T's.
she's a nice lady, but every
Yeah.
time like they immediately come back from commercial and she's like just right there in your face, it's just a little jarring.
Yeah. So I mean, I think ESPN has people that I can't stand half the time, and then TNT does too because Eddie Olczyk, I can't deal with him. I can't listen to that guy. I he came over with NBC. I wish he didn't. Um, and I guess I would say Biz, like on the panel side, he's okay, but sometimes it's kind of like Buchagras, where sometimes it's too much. Like he leans too much into his like, this personality that he
his
has
shtick.
with spitting chiclets and all that stuff. Like sometimes it's a little too much. There's times where I like it and it's funny. And it's like, yeah, that's good. It's good for TV. It works with TNT. But
But
I do think
I
both
think
have a lot of work to do. But
I think it gets covered up and it's a little more acceptable because there's at least other personalities to bounce off of. Where
yeah,
I feel like Levy is definitely very kind of straight to the point with his analysis, and having PK kind of being the eccentric one that like can offer perspective as a player, but also kind of have fun with it. Like he's almost trying to do too much
I feel
because
like PK tries too
everything's
hard.
really straight laced. Like, no,
yeah.
we're just talking about the game PK. Like, no, we're not going to talk about how you see this.
I kind of
But
feel like
again, it's
he
just
tries to be like Biz,
but
like
I
in a
think you
way.
have to be because like the
I
broadcast isn't
guess.
engaging. Like, yeah, again, like not to harp on it, but it's like when you have a two-man show essentially because Messier's, reliving the glory days. And, I mean, I wouldn't say I disagree with you guys and on the Leah Hextall front. Like again, like I feel like they at least kind of found her kind of like little niche um after the commentating thing didn't really
Yeah.
work out.
hmm
I don't know. I feel like there's just some facets sometimes where like she's really good on like certain things. And then you have like game, I think it was like game one where he was talking to Bouchard and she just kind of made a weird comment and he just kind of looked at her.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of
yeah.
like, yeah, like that's gonna happen to every reporter. They're gonna say something that the players are gonna, act kind of, weird about. But I don't know. There's just some times where it's like you look at all of that and you're just like, man, like just put all the games on
I
TNT.
also I
Yeah.
also think it's a ESPN wide issue because like the NBA coverage, the baseball coverage, the football coverage is just as boring.
I have heard, I've seen a lot of basketball people kind of upset with the ESPN product this year.
Yeah, it's just
So
not engaging.
yeah,
Well, the
but
the NBA, you have to go up against the inside the NBA guys, and that's just
yeah,
impossible to do.
Yeah.
yeah,
So I give, but
and
still,
and and with the NHL TV stuff, they're with ESPN and TNT for another 4 seasons after this, I think. So there's still time for improvement. Hopefully, by the time they get to year 6, year 7, and they're thinking of extensions, and hopefully the NHL stays on both networks. Because I do feel that both are very important, especially ESPN, just because of the wide audience that it has, and the network talking about your sport is very important. I mean, look at the Pat McAfee show. Like they have a hockey segment like every week, so
yeah,
it makes a big difference when your sport is
that was
part
big when
of.
that was big when they got simulcasted to ESPN too.
Yeah, yeah. It's a big deal whether you like the way ESPN covers the game live. It's a big deal for the league to be on there. So hopefully they improve because it's a very good spot for the NHL. And TNT
Just
has been a very welcome addition. Like they were never with hockey to begin with. It was ESPN, it was Fox, and it was NBC. And TNT kind of throwing their hat in the ring and grabbing the rights or some of the rights has been pretty awesome. I really enjoy TNT. Um, but yeah, I'm hoping both can. TNT doesn't have a ton to improve on, not as much as ESPN in my opinion, but hopefully over the next couple seasons they're both um, thriving. And I kind of hope ESPN adds some new guys. Like it'd be so cool if they could get Kevin Bieksa maybe throughout the season or throughout the playoffs. I know he works with Sportsnet, so maybe there can be some crossover there. At some point, that'd be pretty cool because I really like listening to Bieksa on Sportsnet during Leafs games and other playoff games and stuff. He's really good.
yep. Just change the score bug for ESPN. That's all I ask.
Okay.
All right. We'll go kind of quick here because we're going a little long.
We do be pushing.
We'll answer Jay's here since he's in the chat. But he asked any speculation on who the Ducks might hire for new assistant coaches. Also, thoughts on the PWHL finals if you've been keeping up with that. I mean, we kind of touched that part.
Yeah, we touched on that. I have no idea about assistant coaches, honestly, because those are like lesser known names, you know. And
Yeah, and I wonder if obviously they're waiting for the Stanley Cup to be over and everything, because
See who doesn't come back.
yeah.
I mean, if
yeah.
we're up for rehiring people, I mean, Trent Yawney's not being brought back by the Kings, so I wouldn't hate
Yeah.
that. I mean, he was pretty good when he was
Yanni.
here, but I'd hate to fall into that cycle of just no, let's get some guy that's done it before.
Yeah,
It is
just
a little bit
cycle through some
harder.
old. Yeah.
I will say though, no Mike Yo. If Mike Yo is available, no Mike
He
Yo.
is available. No Mike
no
Yo.
one Mike Yo.
I'm not sure the contract situation with Michael Pekka and the Rangers, but I'm looking at Michael Pekka. I wouldn't hate if he's available if Verbeek was kind of.
You just
Give
want
him
him
a little
because he
phone
was a
call.
former Saber.
Whatever.
You could say it. Okay.
He's doing really. I mean, he's working out well with the New York Rangers. He also coached junior, I believe, before this.
Is he responsible for the Rangers power play?
I'm honestly not sure if he's the power play or not.
I mean, if he
'Cause if
is,
so,
then
I mean-
yes, sign me up.
Yeah.
Right.
One Michael Pekka, please.
I would not hate Michael Pekka. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if some names start popping up a little bit more too as the conference finals finish up and we move into the Stanley Cup final with other guys being available. Because the Hurricanes got all their dudes re-signed, so with Brenda Moore. So
yeah,
we'll see.
All right, our next one comes from Anaheim Ducks memes. It said opinion on the fight camera they have at the Memorial Cup.
Oh boy!
So Chris had to send it to me because I saw the question earlier and I was like, "What the heck does this mean?"
Yeah.
I mean,
it's pretty cool.
Lean into it, I guess. You know, I thought fighting wasn't allowed in juniors, but
I guess it was allowed there.
Hey, lean into it. Make the Memorial Cup a big production. You know, it is a big deal. You know, up north, so getting more eyes on it.
Did they have a guy like skating around the camera, or is it just the aerial camera?
Yeah.
No, it's a guy. He's dressed all in white. Yeah.
It's like the guys that get on the ice for like the World Juniors.
Yeah.
He's in like
the
an all white costume.
Yeah, double IHF events always have those guys on there.
That's cool.
Yeah. That's pretty wild though. I like I think it's cool. It's different. I mean, it's a different way to get another camera ice level, and I don't know. I don't really know how to think of it. Really, it's different. It's definitely cool. I don't mind it. Would it come to the NHL? Who knows? They're weird with innovative and fun things. So I don't know. They're kind of wishy-washy.
That would be cool though to like see like a game-winning celebration and some guy with a handheld is out there.
Yeah.
Imagine that guy like falls though.
I think the NHL will do if they can slap an ad on it. So maybe we can get a guy dressed all in white.
This is brought to you by Sony.
Yeah.
Panasonic. Buy our cameras. This is a fun one.
Here comes the Twitch guy. It's a big Twitch sticker.
This one is from Sav. She says, if you could pick one player in the NHL to write a diss track for, who would you pick and what would it be called?
I thought about this and I'm bad with coming up with names, so I can't give you that, but
really?
Yeah. But
I do like Olivia responded to that question on Twitter saying that she's going to answer, and she said Brad Marchand, and it would be called The Rat. That's a good one.
I would call mine Turtle, and it would be about Ryan Johansson.
That was my first thought went to him being a turtle.
He
Call
could
it
he could
turtle or like
save
shell shock.
he could save people from a burning building, donate
Yeah.
all of his earnings to charity, and be a great humanitarian, and I would still hate him. It just the disdain and dislike runs
I
deep.
don't know. I don't know what I would call it, but Jacob Truba, because that dude's just an asshole. He's just a
Just
straight up asshole.
call it bows.
Chicken wings.
It's
Chicken
just,
wings.
it's actually astonishing that the Rangers made him the captain and the face of the franchise, and he continues just to cheap shot everyone.
What's up with leading with the elbow? It bothers me. Like, why does he do that so often? I
Because
feel
he's
like
an
every time I
idiot. He's a
see,
moron.
I mean, I know that a lot of Rangers fans love the guy, and I get it. He's on your team. He's your captain. I get it. But these hits, man. Like, I don't mind the big hits. Like, he's not afraid to lay
Yeah,
the
the big
like
hits
the
are
big
fine,
hits.
but
Yeah, but the
the
elbow stuff, like the
it's just
the
so
chicken wing. He's
unnecessary.
leading with his elbow. There's just no need for it. There's absolutely no
There's
need for
no
that.
need for it.
But anyway,
Dude's just a flaming asshole, and we don't like him here.
so yeah, my first thought was Ryan Johansson. Maybe instead of turtle, call it shell shock.
It's a good one.
Where's that pancake looking, smelling guy?
He was with Lee Valley after he got traded to
Yeah.
Philadelphia.
Oh, he got demoted to the AHL.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't think he was going to show up. I thought that was
Oh,
the
was he being
speculation
a
that he
little
wasn't even
baby?
going to report.
Was he
I don't
being a
think he
little
was.
baby? He didn't want to.
I don't
go to
know.
the
I just
Flyers.
I remember seeing some reports that he might not report to the AHL. But yeah, so Lou, you said Truba, call it chicken wing.
Sure.
Okay. I wanted to try to think
answered
of
the
one
question
more,
for
but
Lou.
yeah, we answered for Lou. I wanted to try to think of one more player, but I can't think of someone that I really hate. I'm not very creative right now, and I'm very sorry. I was thinking of Evander Kane, but I didn't want it to get too weird and personal with a name. There's a lot of different ways to go with that one, but there's no need to do that.
Alex Ovechkin.
Whoa.
I just don't like him.
Ovechkin.
Lou's would be
Yeah.
would just be called Merchant.
Yeah. Tom Wilson's an
Merch.
asshole. Sorry, Haley, if you're listening to this, but your
Tom
team
Wilson
is
could be a
full
good
of
one.
assholes.
Tom Wilson could be a good one. I don't know what to call it. Tommy Boy, like the movie.
You like that movie?
It was all right.
I think it's one of the lower Adam Sandler movies.
Is that Tommy Boy? Tommy Boy's not Adam
Is it?
Sandler.
Is
No,
it?
it's Chris Farley.
It's Chris Farley and David Spade.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's I'm thinking Waterboy.
Oh, Waterboy. Yeah. I think Waterboy was fine watching it like one or two times, but then that's kind of it. It's
No,
like on every weekend.
Tommy Boy's a
Tommy
great
Boy's
movie.
pretty good.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Okay, Lou, our last one here. It's pointed at you. It's from our boy Shant. So why is In-N-Out so damn good at 10 in the morning?
Because burgers at 10 o'clock in the morning taste good.
I can get on board with that. I do love me a burger. I won't, that's one of my favorite
If you
foods.
go first thing in the morning to In-N-Out, there's no long lines. You're like in and out pretty quick. He said it.
You see In-N-Out has, is it true that In-N-Out has breakfast burritos? Secret menu?
What?
I
No?
would not know.
No, I saw someone
Chris,
do it, but I saw someone order it, but it's
did you
TikTok,
see
and I
it
don't know
on
what to believe
Facebook,
anymore.
Chris?
No, TikTok.
Well, same thing.
He went in, ordered the burrito, he got it. He was eating it inside.
I think that was
In-N-Out.
an April Fool's joke.
Was it?
Yeah, because somebody also said that they serve chicken sandwiches there now.
Mm.
And I think
But
that
it's like a breakfast burrito, and I'm like, I kind of want to see if that's real.
No, but
I want to dip my toe in that one.
I understand if you think a burger's at 10 to 10:30 in the morning is a little early. I understand it, but
Just put an
You-
egg
you-
on it and call it a day.
You
There's your
won't
breakfast.
have to wait in any lines really because there's hardly any lines.
Yeah.
You just want to be there before 11:30. 11:30 is when the line starts forming and not great.
It's a little rough.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say with Nick's question, since he doesn't really ask many, really quick, he said thoughts on the fact that Pittsburgh's going to win the World Series, the Super Bowl, and the Stanley Cup in less than a 12-month span in the next year. Definitely not happening.
Turn off the Xbox.
Sorry, Nick. Sorry. He's a big Penguins guy.
No.
Penguins are cool, but no. Steelers, no.
But can penguins fly? No.
The Pirates have just always been complete ass.
I don't know anything. Yeah, I'm not really in the. I
But
don't know how the
at
Pirates
least they have
are, but
they have Paul Skeens now. He looks to be good, but
Libby
Shout out
Dunn's boyfriend, right?
what?
Libby Dunn's boyfriend, right?
You're asking the wrong. He's the wrong guy to be asking that.
What is a Libby
That's
Dunn?
it. Livy Dunn. She's a
She's a TikToker. That's all you need to know, Lou.
Aren't
Isn't
you
she a
a little too
gymnast?
old to be on TikTok, Chris?
possibly. But
I
yeah,
feel
sorry,
like
Nick.
there's just like
Pittsburgh's in a
an age
Pittsburgh's
where you
in a
should just
little
walk away
bit
from
of
TikTok.
Pittsburgh's in a little bit of trouble, Nick. I'm sorry. Sports wise, Penguins are dipping hard. Steelers, you're running with Russell Wilson and
And Justin
Justin
Fields.
Fields.
Justin Fields might work out.
I don't know. They're gonna kill him. They want to put him on special teams. Like they want him returning kicks. They're gonna kill the guy.
Wait, what?
That's what I heard. They're thinking about.
I haven't heard
maybe
that,
that's not
but
true, but I
I don't
heard a
think that's
report
true.
or I read something that they might try him on kickoffs.
That doesn't sound like a great idea.
He'll be dead week 2. It's all right.
But I think him having a fresh start might help him. But
maybe
seeing what Russell Wilson has been
between the Penguins, the Pirates, and the Steelers, who do you think has the best chance at winning a championship? Like soon?
Probably the Steelers.
Probably the Steelers.
Okay. There you go, Nick.
Because the Penguins,
you'll get one in the next 5 years.
The Penguins, they don't look
Penguins
to be.
They're
too great.
yeah.
They're coming
the
off.
ice.
They're
The ice
coming
is
down.
melting. The icebergs are gone. They're drowning.
They can't
Since
fly.
they can't fly. Yeah, they can't
I
fly.
kind
They
of feel
can't
bad
get to
for
safety.
Ricard Raquel, man.
Yeah.
Like he thought he was gonna play with Sid and win multiple cups, and
Oh well. What can
not
you
the
do?
case.
Well,
All right.
that is it for
That's
episode
all.
88.
Episode 88. The
Thank you
eights
for
are
everyone
rolling.
that hung out.
The Eric Lindros episode.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Eric Lindros. But yeah, thanks for everyone hanging out. Like Jake said, if you made it this far, we appreciate you as always. Make sure you're following us on all of our social channels at Late Arrivals Pod. Make sure you're following me Inside the Rink everywhere as well. Go subscribe over to their YouTube channel. Follow and subscribe to us on Twitch if you haven't already, so you never miss a live recording. Go leave us a rating and review on Apple and Spotify or wherever you are listening to this. If it's Wednesday morning for you, Wednesday night, hope you're enjoying your week so far. Hopefully it goes by fast here. Get to the weekend, party it up, do what you got to do. We'll see you next week.
All right, bye.
Bye. Stay breezy.
Whole grain bread is bad.